Have you felt it? That strange, undeniable shifting in the atmosphere. It is a heaviness that does not feel like a burden, but rather like a blanket of anticipation. It is the feeling of the calm before a storm, the silence before the thunder, the intake of breath before a shout. You have been walking through life recently with a sensation that you cannot quite put into words, a gnawing knowing in the pit of your stomach that something massive is about to happen. You look around at the world, at your friends, at your family, and everything seems normal to them. They are going about their days, worried about the mundane, fixated on the trivial, but you are different. You are vibrating at a different frequency. You have been waking up in the middle of the night alert, as if someone just called your name. You have been seeing numbers, signs, and patterns that defy coincidence. You have felt a sudden detachment from things that used to matter to you, a sudden disinterest in the drama, the gossip, and the noise of the world. If this resonates with the deepest part of your soul, then you need to stop everything you are doing and listen closely. This is not an algorithm bringing you here. This is not by chance. This is a divine appointment. You are watching this because God is speaking again. The silence is breaking. And this, my friend, is the final call. For a long time you have walked in what felt like a wilderness. To be a chosen one is to be familiar with the desert. It is to be familiar with isolation. You have looked at your life and wondered why it has been so hard. You have wondered why, no matter how much love you give, you are met with betrayal. You have wondered why, no matter how hard you try to fit in, you always feel like a stranger in a strange land, an alien on your own planet. There were seasons where you cried out to God, asking where He was. The heavens seemed like brass. Your prayers seemed to hit the ceiling and fall back down to the floor. You felt abandoned. You felt forgotten. You watched people with less integrity, less heart, and less faith seem to prosper, while you faced trial after trial, fire after fire. But what you did not understand then, and what you must understand now, is that the silence was not abandonment. The silence was a classroom. When you are taking a test, the teacher is always silent. You are being tested, you are being refined, you are being prepared for a weight of glory that would crush an unprepared soul. But something has changed. The season of silence is officially over. The testing phase has shifted into the deployment phase. That restlessness you feel? That is your spirit waking up to the reality that the waiting room is closed. God is speaking again, but He is not speaking in the way you might expect. He is not just speaking to comfort you anymore. He is speaking to command you. This is the final call because the time for preparation is ending, and the time for execution is beginning. Think back to the last few months. Have you noticed how relationships have been rapidly exiting your life? Have you noticed how doors you tried to force open have been slammed shut? Have you noticed a sudden intolerance for anything fake, anything artificial, anything that lacks spirit? That is the sound of God clearing the stage. He is removing the distractions. He is removing the people who cannot go where you are going. He is removing the habits that would anchor you to the past. You thought you were losing things, but you were actually being lightened. You were being stripped of the excess cargo because the ship is about to leave the harbor. The reason this feels like a final call is that you are standing at the threshold of a point of no return. In the spiritual realm, there are windows of time, kairos moments, where the heavens open and an invitation is extended. If you step through, your life changes forever. If you hesitate, if you look back at Sodom, if you cling to the comfort of your slavery in Egypt, the window closes. God is speaking now to tell you that you cannot take the old version of yourself into this new dimension. The old you, the one who sought validation from people who didn't understand you, must die. The old you, the one who apologized for your power, must be laid to rest. The old you who lived in fear of the future cannot survive where God is taking you. And here is where it begins to make sense. The enemy knew this day was coming. Why do you think your life has been filled with so much spiritual warfare? Why do you think you have been attacked in your mind, in your health, in your finances, and in your relationships since you were a child? The enemy does not attack empty houses. A thief does not break into a home that has nothing of value. The intensity of your tribulation is the proof of the magnitude of your destiny. You are attacked because you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. You are isolated because if you had connected with the wrong crowd, you would have settled for a life of mediocrity, and you would have never awakened to this moment. The pain was necessary, the betrayal was necessary, the loneliness was necessary. It was the fire that forged the steel of your spirit. But now the voice of God is cutting through the noise. He is saying, "Come up here." He is inviting you to a higher perspective. You are starting to receive downloads, ideas, visions, dreams, and instructions that seem to come from nowhere. Pay attention to them. Do not dismiss them as your imagination. When God speaks after a long silence, He speaks with precision. He is giving you the blueprint for the next chapter. It might be an instruction to move to a new city. It might be an urge to start a business or a ministry. It might be a command to forgive someone you vowed never to forgive. It might simply be a whisper to rest and trust. Whatever it is, do not analyze it with your logical mind. Your logical mind is limited to your past experiences. Your spirit is connected to the infinite wisdom of the Creator. This final call is an invitation to partnership. God is not looking for servants who just follow rules. He is looking for sons and daughters who understand His heart. He is looking for the chosen ones who are willing to stand in the gap. Look at the world today. It is shaking. Structures are crumbling. Truth is being called a lie, and lies are being celebrated as truth. Confusion is rampant. Anxiety is the new normal. In a time such as this, who do you think God is going to use to bring light, order, and hope? He is going to use you, the one who was rejected, you, the one who was broken, you, the one who knows what it feels like to be in the dark, so you know how to value the light. You are not just a survivor of your past, you are a first responder to the future. However, there is a warning embedded in this call. The warning is against distraction. We are living in the age of mass distraction. Everything is fighting for your attention. The news, social media, entertainment, politics, it is all designed to keep you in a state of low-level fear and high-level distraction. If you are constantly consuming the noise of the world, you will miss the whisper of God. This final call requires a consecrated ear. You have to be willing to turn off the screens and turn on your spirit. You have to be willing to sit in silence, even when it's uncomfortable, until you hear His voice. The stakes are too high for you to be lukewarm. The time is too short for you to be playing games. You might be feeling a sense of inadequacy. You might be saying, "God, surely you have the wrong person. I am flawed, I have made mistakes, I am not holy enough, I am not strong enough." But listen closely. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. If you look at the Bible, every single person God used was flawed. David was an adulterer and a murderer. Moses was a stutterer with a temper who ran from the law. Peter was impulsive and denied Christ. Paul killed Christians before he became one. God is not looking for perfection. He is looking for availability. He is looking for a heart that says yes. The fact that you feel unworthy is actually a good sign. It means you are not relying on your own ego. It means you know that if this is going to happen, it has to be by His Spirit, not by your power. But there is something deeper happening here, something that explains the urgency you feel in your chest. The separation between the wheat and the tares is happening right now. For years you have tried to grow alongside people who were never the same seed as you. You tried to be a chicken when you were born an eagle. You pecked at the ground, trying to fit in with the flock, wondering why you felt so suffocated, why you felt so limited. But eagles were not made to peck at the ground, they were made to ride the storm. The storm that is coming, the shaking that you see in the world, that is your wind. While others are running for cover, God is calling you to spread your wings. This is why you cannot relate to the fear that everyone else has. While they are panicking, you feel a strange sense of peace. That peace is the confirmation of your identity. You were built for this. You were made for the storm. As you accept this final call, you must understand that your intuition is about to become your greatest weapon. That gut feeling you have ignored in the past, that is the Holy Spirit. In this new season, your intuition will be sharper than ever. You will walk into a room and instantly know the intentions of the people inside. You will look at a situation and see the outcome before it happens. This is not magic. This is discernment. It is a gift given to the chosen ones to navigate the minefield of the end times. But you must trust it. Stop second-guessing what you know. Stop asking for permission to be who you are. The time for seeking approval from man is over. When God approves you, the opinion of man becomes irrelevant. Let's go deeper into the silence that is breaking. Why is God speaking now? Because the harvest is ready. There are millions of souls out there who are lost, hurting, and desperate for something real. They are tired of religion. They are tired of hypocrisy. They are looking for authenticity. They are looking for someone who has walked through the fire and didn't smell like smoke. That is you. Your scars are your credentials. Your testimony is your sermon. God is calling you to stop hiding your light. You have been hiding because you were afraid of being attacked again. You were afraid of being judged. But God is saying, I have covered you. I have put a hedge of protection around you that the enemy cannot cross. The attacks of the past were training. The protection of the present is absolute. You are untouchable as long as you are walking in your purpose. This final call is also a call to radical obedience. In the past, you might have negotiated with God. You might have said, I will do this, but not that. You might have delayed your obedience. But in this season, delayed obedience is disobedience. When God says move, you move. When He says speak, you speak. When He says give, you give. The speed of your obedience will determine the speed of your breakthrough. You have been praying for a breakthrough, waiting for a miracle. But God is waiting on your movement. The miracle is in the motion. The Red Sea did not part while Moses stood on the shore debating. It parted when he raised his staff. The walls of Jericho did not fall while the people sat in silence. They fell when the people shouted. You have to participate in your own deliverance. And as you step out, you will find that the resources you need will appear. This is a promise for the chosen one. You have worried about how you will fund your dream, how you will support yourself, how you will make it work. God is saying, seek first the kingdom, and all these things will be added onto you. When you are on God's payroll, the checks do not bounce. The provision follows the vision. If God has given you the vision, He has already routed the provision to meet you at the place of obedience. You don't need to see the whole staircase, you just need to take the first step. Consider the loneliness you have felt. It has been a heavy cloak, hasn't it? But realize this, the higher you go, the thinner the air and the fewer the people. You cannot take the crowd to the summit. The loneliness was necessary to detach you from the need for human validation. It forced you to find your validation in God alone. Now as God speaks again, He is bringing you a new tribe. He is bringing you soul family. You will meet people in this next season who understand you without you having to explain yourself. You will meet people who speak your language. But you had to be emptied of the old relationships to make room for the new. Do not grieve the loss of those who left. Thank God for their departure. They made room for your destiny partners. We must also talk about the imposter syndrome that plagues the chosen. You feel like a fraud sometimes. You feel like you are just making it up as you go. This is because you are breaking generational curses. You are doing things no one in your bloodline has ever done. You are walking on terrain that your ancestors never saw. Of course it feels unfamiliar. Of course it feels strange. You are the pioneer. You are the chain breaker. The resistance you feel is the tension of the chain snapping. You are rewriting the genetic code of your lineage. You are changing the trajectory of your family name. This is heavy work, holy work, and it requires you to stand firm in the identity God has given you, not the identity the world tried to force upon you. God is speaking again to tell you that the battle over your mind is the final frontier. The enemy knows he cannot touch your spirit, so he tries to torment your mind. He tries to plant seeds of doubt, fear, and unworthiness. He tries to remind you of your past sins. But here is the truth. Your past is dead. It does not exist anymore unless you visit it. God has thrown your sins into the sea of forgetfulness. Why are you fishing in a sea that God has put a no fishing sign on? Forgive yourself. This is part of the final call. You cannot carry the luggage of guilt into the promised land. Drop the guilt. Drop the shame. It is too heavy, and you need to be light for the journey ahead. There is a specific urgency to this message because the window of opportunity is tied to the state of the world. We are seeing prophecies unfold. We are seeing the love of many wax cold. In a world that is becoming increasingly cold, dark, and mechanical, Your empathy is your superpower. Do not let the world harden you. Do not let the betrayal make you bitter. If you become bitter, the enemy wins. If you close your heart, you cut off the flow of God's power. The challenge of the chosen one is to keep a soft heart in a hard world. It is to remain open even after being wounded. This is where true strength lies. It takes zero strength to be cynical. It takes warrior strength to remain loving. Listen to the wind. Listen to the silence in the early morning. God is speaking. He is saying, I am doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it? He is asking you to let go of the former things. Some of you are holding on to a version of God that is too small. You are holding on to a religious box that cannot contain the vastness of who He is. God is breaking your boxes. He is shattering your limitations. He is about to blow your mind with how He uses you. But you have to surrender your script. You have written a script for how you think your life should go, and God is ripping it up. His script is better. His plot twists are divine. His ending is victorious. As we draw near to the core of this message, remember the story of Joseph. He was given a dream, but before the dream came to pass, he was thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, accused falsely of a crime, and thrown into prison. Years of darkness, years of silence. But in one single day, he went from the prison to the palace. One day, one moment, one conversation. That is how quickly things can change for you. You might feel like you are in the prison right now. You might feel like you have been forgotten by everyone. But God knows exactly where you are. He has your GPS coordinates, and the king is about to call for you. When Joseph was called, he had to shave, change his clothes, and step forward. You need to be ready. Wash your face, stand up straight. Preparation time is over. This final call is an invitation to intimacy. God wants to be your friend, not just your distant ruler. He wants to walk with you in the cool of the day. He wants to share His secrets with you. The more you spend time in His presence, the more you will look like Him, and the more the world will be uncomfortable around you. Do not apologize for the light that shines from your face after you have been with God. Moses had to wear a veil because the people couldn't handle the glory. You don't need to wear a veil, but you do need to understand that your presence will trigger demons in other people. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere changes. People who are living in darkness will get agitated. They won't know why they don't like you. They just know your light exposes their shadows. Wear that rejection as a badge of honor. It means the light is working. So, what do you do now? How do you answer this final call? You answer it by surrendering. You answer it by saying, "Here I am, Lord. Send me." You stop fighting the process. You stop wishing you were someone else. You embrace your weirdness, your uniqueness, your sensitivity. You realize that you are handcrafted for this specific moment in history. You are not an accident. You are a strategic weapon in the hand of the Almighty. The voice of God is getting louder. It is drowning out the voice of fear. It is drowning out the voice of the critics. Can you hear it? He is calling you out of the cave. He is calling you out of depression. He is calling you out of anxiety. He is saying, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you." This is not just a poetic verse. This is a command for right now. As you go forward from this moment, do not look for the validation of the crowd. The crowd chose Barabbas. The crowd is usually wrong. Walk the narrow path. It is lonely, yes, but it leads to life. It leads to a destiny that is beyond your wildest dreams. You are the chosen one. You have been marked from birth. You have survived things that should have killed you. You are still here for a reason. The silence is broken. The king is speaking. The orders are being dispatched. Tighten your belt, lift your head, dry your eyes. The weeping may have endured for the night, and it was a long, dark night, but joy comes in the morning. And look at the horizon. The sun is rising. The morning is here. This is your time. This is your turn. This is your final call. Answer it. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. Breathe in. Feel the life in your lungs. That breath is a gift. That breath is proof that God is not done with you. Let this message settle into your marrow. Let it break the chains of hopelessness. You are loved with an everlasting love. You are held by everlasting arms. You are not crazy, you are called. Now, go and be who you were created to be. The world is waiting for your manifestation. The creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed. That is you. Revealed, ready, chosen. God is speaking. Are you listening?